Tammy, glad to see you. Glad you're here. And Sharon? Yeah? That's great. What a great group. We had a record enrollment registration this time. We're so excited. Not everybody always can come because things come up, you know. But because of April, back here at the village, good work. We had 97 people registered. Isn't that great? Yeah. So on your way out today, be sure to stop at the village table and tell April, good work, April. So we want to break 100. You know why? Because I told him if we break 100, I'm buying steaks. Isn't that so good? Yeah, we've got samples today. But if we break, so bring your friends because we all really need each other. Isn't that the truth? That's what Village is about, all connecting. We're so grateful for you to be here. We're grateful to be in this wonderful space. It's because of our partnership with MetroTech. And they are such a great partner with us because they believe in education. Oklahoma City is full of great partners, just like the sponsors around the room. So glad you're here today. It's a great day to be alive. And the option is dead, right? So we don't want to do that. It's a little bit nippy because I told April I got up and I put on my Valentine's sweater and I got overheated, so I had to change clothes right away. So Oklahoma is a really interesting place. So, but I'm still grateful because it's sunny and we're vertical and we're here today to learn, and it's going to be a wonderful time. So are you ready to learn today? That's going to be good. You'll be taking notes and everything, but first we have a couple of housekeeping things. I think, are you going to? Stephen, would you come up, please? So we always begin with the pledge to the flag and then prayer because we're grateful. We're not here on our own, and we are grateful for each day. You know, gratitude is the secret to living. So if you'd stand, please, Stephen will lead us in the flag salute.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Who's watching Olympics? Boy, what about that curling? I loved it. I really did. I watched our team go all the way until silver, so that was my first time to watch curling, believe it or not. Let's go ahead and pledge. There. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's pray. Lord, we just thank you for this great turnout today. Thank you for the beautiful weather you've given us. And I ask you to bless Darren, our chef, that's going to present. Help him to teach everyone a little something that they can take home. Lord, just ask you to bless this time. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Before we proceed, we want to thank the people that make this happen. I mentioned MetroTech, but also the sponsors, the educational partners around the room are the ones who believe in us, and they pay money to help us because that's how we can make it free. You know, it's free to you, but it's not free to everybody. And so we want to be sure to thank them. So sometime today, before you leave, make sure you visit their table and at least tell them thank you for their sponsorship. Over here to the left, we have we have Stretchstone. And this lady's enjoying it so much she won't even get off the table, so it's great. She had to peel Carolyn off, right? Yeah. So Stretchstone is a wonderful partner. They have cards, so if you don't have time to get your free stretch here, you could pick up a card and go to one of their locations. So thank you, Maggie. Glad that you're here. So Maggie has a big test today, so 5 o'clock you need to pray for her. She's got big college test. And then we have Providence Home Care, one of our key partners. We have special people there, Laura in the beautiful green and the hearts, the heart lady, right? Yeah, Heather with the heart, yeah. So be sure to stop by because they have all 3 lines of services. They have home care, both private duty that you can have in your home as well as Medicare insurance paid for and hospice. So be sure to visit them. Then we have Lisa, the marvelous Lisa. Lisa has Marty with her today. Marty is a pet donkey. And you get to get your picture made with him there, as well as pick up a sample for your grandkids or someone that you love. So thank you, Lisa, for being here. Directors Life has been one of our longtime partners, and they help people plan ahead, which is what village people do. Then at the back, we have a new sponsor, R12. So, gentlemen, you have such dull shirts on, we hardly can see you. Yeah. So be sure to visit them because they're new here. We want to make them feel welcome. R12 has multiple locations around the city, but they are interested in educating people about their health, and so they can determine what's best for them, and they can help you with that. We have April at the back with Villages. April, we really do appreciate you. April does all the She is faster than green Bruce Lightning, right? There's that. Sometime today you may want to meet Danny from Concordia. Danny Eisen is also the Executive Director of Villages OKC, and Danielle with Concordia. So they had a great casino yesterday. I thought I was not going to be able to drag my husband home because he was addicted. He was winning so much. The great thing was it was winning on somebody else's money, right? So it's a lot of fun. It's just wonderful the great people that we have in this city. Then we have Complete OK. Complete is a longtime partner. We have Lisa and Chance. And you want to stop by. They're the happiest people around. They have hospice and home care all over the state. And just do a marvelous job of really serving people. And you want to get to know good people. That's what this is all about. Thanks for being here, Lisa. I appreciate it. Complete OK. And then we have Navigating Medicare. Jenny's not here today, but she sent her two best men, right? Chris, her husband, and her son, Solomon. And they may be helping serving some of the samples today. So you want to get to know them. Navigating Medicare is one of our partners. In fact, Jenny serves on the board and our educators for Integris and for Mercy for all things about Medicare because they can be trusted. That's really important. Then we have New You. Renita, welcome back. We didn't get to see you last month. So Renita has items that someone you may know may have some vision impairment, and New You has all kinds of equipment and therapies and rehab that can help. Some of those are grants available. So talk to Renita about tools that you can have that make vision a little bit better. Seeing is a really good thing. And then we have Amy over here with Senior Living Truth Series, and she has a lot of new material to hand out, particularly for the Downsizing Club. If you haven't been aware of the Downsizing Club, you need to learn about it from Amy. Downsizing Club, learn how to do first things first. The first thing is clean out your spice cabinet, right, Amy? Yeah. And then you find that everything that's outdated, and you realize, hey, moving's not so bad because I just clean out one shelf at a time, and they help you walk through that. So get to know Amy, pick up some of their new materials. And then our very famous Mark Hope at Nerve Renewal. Mark can help people know about clinics all over the city that help with neuropathy and balance, and just a wonderful organization that accepts most insurances. It's doing a great job and great partners. Mark, we really appreciate you being here. So give them all a hand, please.
Well, hello everyone. I am Julie Davis. I am one of the Village OKC board members, and I'm super grateful to be here today. I hope you are as well. I have the pleasure of working with Darren on a regular basis because Concordia partners with Darren. He helps our dining team and trains them, and so we are very fortunate to get to work with him on a regular basis, and we hope you enjoy today as well. Before we get started, though, I do want to also mention just a little bit about Villages. So how many of you, this is the first time you've ever been to Positive Aging? Okay, we've got a few new folks. Welcome. We're glad you're here. And then how many of you, you're not new to Positive Aging, but maybe it's been a while since you've been here? A few of those? Okay, great. And we're glad you're here as well. And then how many of you are Village members? All right, very good. Well, I wanted to share with you guys that Villages is a concept that is global. It's not just here locally, and I know I've shared that before, but it's really important to us that you understand that this is something that anyone and everyone can belong to. So we want to encourage that, and it allows us to provide really great resources like today, and iPhone classes and other things, Android classes, all kinds of things, meet and greets. So it's not just about socialization, but it is about socialization, right? So we've got a little bit of information about here. Our mission statement is to empower adults to age with vitality and purpose. Who wants to do that? Right? Every hand in the room should go up. positive, Jim. This just talks about connection with villages. If you get connected, we will plug you in the right spots and help you get along. And we also want to learn, plan, serve, and connect. So if you're not super big on, hanging out with people, maybe you're more of an introvert, that's okay. We still have a spot for you too. So we do have the gift workshop. How many of y'all are familiar with that? Okay, fantastic. In March, when we have our meeting in March, we're going to talk a little bit about money matters, and that will be one of the topics that's actually covered in the book, The Gift. So I would really encourage you to come. It will help you learn a little bit more about what we cover when we do this workshop and whether it might be a good fit for you moving forward to consider the rest of the book, okay? And we're going to say our affirmations for the morning to get us going. So I'm letting us know.
Darren, this is new to you, but you'll have to participate. Can you see the screen back there?
I can see the screen, yeah.
So what we first do, we go through what we don't want to do, because we want to resist normal. Normal people think that aging is going downhill, it's inevitable, it's sad, it's horrible, and we resist that. So we say this to ourselves to help us get there. It's a mindset thing. So will you just say this with me, please? Look at the screens, and is it just on these two? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. This is the year I resist normal, because normal is dehydrated, irritated, constipated, frustrated, overstimulated, overscheduled, undernourished, underrested, inflamed, and totally stressed out. I will resist normal. That's a protest, right? All right. Now, we don't want to end at a negative note. We're going to do our declarations, and that's the next screen. My declaration, this is what I want to be when I grow up. This, if I say this to myself, it helps me get there, will you help me say this, please? My declaration, this is my best decade yet. I'm a joyful, mature adult. I enjoy lifelong learning, planning, and serving. Today, I will find someone younger to encourage. I love my age. This is my best decade yet. Oh, isn't that great? Now we're ready to listen and learn. We're going to take notes. And if you have anything before we start, you're going to understand what we're going to do. Well, get your pen out. Because you change more when you write it down, all right? So don't write on the survey yet. Just write on it taking notes. You do this properly, all right? Okay. Julie?
Yeah, please don't fill your survey out until you're done, because we really do need this. And I also have some extra stuff you can add to your survey, and maybe you'll get something. So hold on. All right, so today we are going to be honored to have the opportunity to work with Chef Darren Litterson. We're so glad you're here today. Darren, like I said, works with many communities across the nation, and we're just fortunate enough to have him at Concordia as a resource, so we want to make him available to you. How many of you guys saw Channel 9 News yesterday? Anybody see him on the news? That was fun, right? So the news team really likes him, so he may be back, who knows? So yeah, hey, there you go. All right, yeah, there you go. What else can go wrong? Now we're good. Well, I am going to let you get started, Darren, by telling us a little bit about yourself, and you can share just a little, and we'll get going.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's so exciting to be here. So let's see how excited we can get right now. Everyone give yourself a round of applause. Hype up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Amazing. So thank you, Julie. So Darren Litterson, President of Transformed Culinary Solutions. I love my job. I literally love it. I'm so excited to be here. I'm probably going to overstimulate y'all. So I'm sorry about that, Marilyn. I love this. So actually I've been cooking my entire life, started at 15 at McDonald's. I always tell people, hey, I learned efficiencies there, cleanliness, uniform standards, or seconds to the military. And then from that, right, just to take it into a culinary degree in Seattle, Washington, that's where I grew up, and just had a passion for restaurants. So I did everything from mom and pop shops to high-end hotels, like the Bellevue Club where Bill Gates was at, and working cruise ships like Holland America. And then I found senior living, and it was like kind of by accident. And I remember when it was at the Bellatini, it was in Bellevue, Washington, and it was a really high-end luxury retirement place that I didn't know it was retirement. It looked like this like Tuscan villa. And I was like, wow, this place is amazing. And I had a lot of chef friends say, oh, that's retirement. You don't want to do that. It's highly regulated. You're not going to have fun. And I was like, well, as chefs, we should bring fun and excitement to the industry. We should bring our talents and expertise. Like, we do that everywhere else. Why wouldn't we want to do that in a senior living environment? So then, joined that and really just didn't look back. Like, really just fell in love with it, realizing it's family, right? I'm going to do that now. It's family. And then it was just so exciting to, like, understand how we could improve nutrition, how to make cooking fun and exciting. And I just didn't look back. And I moved from Seattle all the way to Texas. Actually worked with Jim Glinsky, he's in the back at Gold Living. We were in charge of over 1,200 communities, and we were helping save money, bring fun and enjoyment to the environment, and it's just really exciting. And then 8 years ago, started my own company, Transform Culinary Solutions, and it's really like a chef boutique consulting firm. So we do everything from data analysis, we help build up chefs, we train, we're on TV. We also have a kit business. I'm really excited about Divine Wellness because I think it ties all into the wellness of your spiritual, your body, your mind, so stay tuned for that coming soon. We have our own olive oil and vinegar line that is from Tuscany, so it's really cool. You can find it on my website, you can Google me, you can find our YouTube channels. We've got over 400 things that we train on, so just to kind of give you that. Julie is going to be kind of leading this, and I'm going to be honest. We got cameras everywhere because it's so fun to record, and the content we're going to get from it is amazing. She has her PowerPoint here, so it's going to keep me cued in on what we're going to be talking about. But I told Julie and I, we kind of like jive with each other, so I'm like, hey, interrupt me. If there's like a question out there that someone wants to ask, we're gonna acknowledge that. But just know I'm gonna need to cook, right? So don't ask too many questions, but we definitely want to engage with that. But before we do that, can I keep rocking? Yeah, okay. All right, so I'd like to have a little fun. So we're going to be engaging the audience. I'm actually going to ask two of you to come up here with me. So be thinking about that. When I say I'm going to select you and you feel called to raise your hand, I promise you it'll be fun and there'll be a gift at the end and it'll be amazing. So I'm just going to prep you for that. But who's been to my cooking demos before? Raise your hand. Okay, so just a few. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things. So, I need someone to be in charge of this banana. And it's got to be somebody within this first row right here. Who wants? Yes! Is it Lena? Round of applause for Lena. So, Lena, when you hold that up in the air, real high, everyone's got to clap. Try it right now. Up again. As many times as you want, okay? You hold that up. And if she doesn't hold it up enough, you guys call her out. Make sure she's holding that banana, okay? Now, who wants to be in charge of this? This is a steal, a chef steal. Who wants to be in charge of this? John is, did you hear John? He's laughing. John wants to be in charge of the steal. So John, hold up the steal, and everyone shouts, not claps, yes, chef! Yes, chef! Okay, put it down, John. Up. Yes, chef! Okay, later, hold up the banana. Yes, chef! Okay, so we got that out of the way. We're good? You can hold it up. You don't get too crazy, John. But when the moment is right and you're like, this is a yes, chef moment, you hold it up. Ready, go. Yes, chef. Awesome. Okay. We're going to have fun. All right. You saw me kind of pre-making some stuff because there's a lot of people here, which is really exciting. So, thinking about volunteers. I need two. All you have to do is come up here. You're going to put a glove on. You're just going to be my helper, and you're going to win an exciting prize, actually. You're going to win one of my kits that is awesome, and you're going to win a t-shirt as well. So, raise your hand. Okay, I have someone right there. You're the first one to raise your hand. Come on up, and then right here. Come on up. This is so exciting! Yes. And then come right through here. Be careful with the smoothie thing there. And grab me a smoothie real quick, too, on your way up. I'm a little thirsty. If you want one too, go ahead too. Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Can you get right up here? You want help? Look at that. There we go. Tracy, do you want one of these? Okay. All right, so. All right, so do you prefer which side? You want to be on my right side? You want to be on the left side? Okay, so what's your name again? Juanita. Okay, Juanita, that's such a cool name. Cheers to that name. Okay, round of applause for Juanita. Amazing courage to come up with. And your name is Teresa. Huge applause. Okay. Because honestly, there's going to be some work and things that we're going to do together, but it's like, it's going to be fun, okay? So the first thing I need you to do is put on a pair of gloves, okay? So you're going to put on some gloves. Here's some gloves for you. Okay, so I'm going to look at the slide. So here's what you're going to walk away with, okay? This is what we're going to walk away with. So 3 habits that you can use tonight, okay? That's really the goal of this. I think you'll probably pick up more because I talk a lot. The trio color method, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, which is really amazing. We're going to talk about freezer, food safety, confidence around that. Because someone actually came up and said, hey, there's so much food here, I can't keep this stuff before it goes bad, right? So how do we actually care for it? How do we freeze it? How do we save it? I don't believe in waste. I try to save everything as much as we can, so we'll talk about that. And then 3 take-home recipes and bonus weekly. And then we've also got some samples. You're going to actually get to try some, which is awesome. And then why eating changes as we age. We'll talk about that. But let me talk about the primary food colors here real quick, okay? Okay, thank you for that. So, does anyone, do you know what are the primary colors? Reds, yeah, just shout it out. What's another one? Green, yellow. Okay, what about blue? Blue is a primary color, right? But it's not a primary food color in food, which might be a little shocking, right? People when you look at blueberries, right? They're called blueberries, but actually it becomes purple. There's a purple pigment in it. And I had someone tell me that there's a blue fish out there. That when you cook it, it's blue. And I'm like, I still have yet to see it. Then this other person told me there's this algae called blue spirelli. I don't know if anyone has heard of it. It looks blue. I did some research on it, and they actually do a chemical process of the algae to remove the blue pigment. So really, look at that, applause. Now, have you ever juggled? Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. We're gonna try. Hold up. You didn't think you were gonna juggle coming up here, right? See, they've never been here. They've never done this. Okay. Think of this as we're trying something new, right? So today we're going to be trying some new things with the trio vegetables, but let's challenge each other, right? So you saw me juggle, and I remember I learned when I was 10 years old. I was like, okay, I'm just trying to do this. So are you right-handed? Okay. So hold 2 of the oranges in your right hand, and then what you're going to do is hold one of the oranges with your thumb and your pointer finger, okay? And so what I want you to do is just try to throw it up and try to catch it again. Okay? But that's a round of applause. Yeah, with gloves on. So try it again and catch it again. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to go down and do it once. You're good. You try. Okay, round of applause. Yes! Okay, so then how you do it, don't worry. Here we go. So as you throw this up, it should look like the sun in the sky, and when you see it look like the sun, I want you to throw with your left hand. So it's like this, catch it, so it's like this, and then try to catch it. Okay, ready? Now, look at that, that was great! Seriously, that is way better than the Okay. And if it drops, we won't cook it. You're good. Okay, so back to the primary food colors. Try. Okay, so So actually, I worked with a chef, his name was Orion Valier. So he actually is currently the head chef of SpaceX. We're good buddies, he posts a lot of stuff, but he can't anymore because he signed all these NDAs. But I was an apprentice under him, and he taught me my greatest lesson about the tricolored vegetable method and with fruit, everything. And so he asked me to develop a catering menu, and I did, and I wrote it, and then he said to me, Darren, I want you to think of, the screen off? Oh, it's gonna come back. So he said, I want you to think of the primary food colors when you create the menu. And I was like, okay, what do you mean by that? And he's like, well, he told me about what those primary colors are. And so I was like, so red, green, yellow. And he said, I want every dish that you create to have the primary food color in it. I want it on every buffet. I want it on every plate. If you put a piece of bacon and you serve it to my guests, I want it to have the primary food colors on it. And the reason for it is because we eat with our eyes, right? Like when you walked in here and you were like, wow, right? That looks really fresh. That's healthy. That's good. That's what we want. You want to create foods that way because actually there's a lot of evidence that when your food looks colorful and has those primary colors, we will eat more food. And if we eat more food, we become more healthy, right? And we feel better. And so that blew my mind, and let me just share with you the example. He said, okay, when you go out to eat next time, and you see your friend order something, and you're like, oh, I wish I ordered that, right? We all raise your hand if you've done that, right? So many times, right? So the next time you do it, I want you to see if the primary food colors are on their plate, and I guarantee you they are. So the greatest example of that is a burger, right? A gorgeous, first of all, they have a wonderful height plate presentation. It's got that yellow American or cheddar cheese, the bright green romaine or iceberg lettuce or green leaf. Then it has the beautiful tomato, right? And then even that red from the red onion too that's on there, which is a little bit purple, but it's beautiful. And that's one of the reasons burgers are so delicious, because they have all the primary food colors, and they're just really good, right, Jim? We had a bunch of them yesterday. So that's the method. And so what I kind of want to share with you guys is how to take vegetables that you have in your freezers, when you shop, and what are you missing? So like as you're plating up for yourself or your loved one, what can you add that's missing? And it's as simple as, what color am I missing? And then you can add it. And I'm going to show you that. But I'm going to show you how to enhance some of those to really make it fun and easy. Because I even brought TV dinners and stuff that have primary colors sometimes missing. And even when you're shopping, you'll be like, oh, I like that because it has the primary food colors in it. So that's really a really amazing step that I want to show you. So audience check-in. Yeah, what is that one? Let's see.
Yeah, okay.
You're good. So if you were going to add one color tonight to the food you're going to make for dinner, what would it be? You can shout it out.
Red.
Rod, did you hear that? I heard green, red, orange. Now, the other thing that's really cool is when Chef O'Brien went on, we had salmon on the dinner that night. So we actually were from Seattle, so we had Copper River salmon on the menu. It was absolutely delicious. And by the way, I'm going to give you a little task while we're doing this. Have you ever picked dill?
Yes.
Have you ever picked dill? So fresh dill. So fresh herbs might be like, how many of you have a garden or had a garden at home? Raise your hand. A lot of you, right? So, do you know that like this little bit, you've all seen it, right? In the grocery store, just this is like $3.99 sometimes for herbs. Walmart, $1.99. But these are wonderful, right? So fresh herbs is really good.
He's going to be talking.
Oh, okay, great. So,
Darren, I'm going to interrupt you just for 2 seconds. Do you want me to go ahead and get our folks up to help serve
yes,
the taste?
yes.
Okay. So, we promised you guys samples, okay? So I need Danny and Jim to come up. They're going to bring some blueberry shooters for you to taste while Darren's talking. And we will refill the tray. We don't have enough for everybody. Education partners, when our tray servers get to kind of midway points, if y'all will come up and help pass out, that'd be great. We're going to start that now. Okay? All right, Darren, continue with your fresh herbs.
Okay, so we're going to start giving some taps. Don't worry, you're not just up here to stand here and look pretty. You both are very beautiful. So, yeah, cheers. I mean, you work out. Round of applause for that. Holy cow. All right, so this is fresh dill. I'm going to show you, we're going to add it. So what you're going to do is just pick some sprigs of dill, okay? See how it's just right there? You can just pick it. So you're going to be doing that. Now you're going to help me make this delicious, amazing smoothie that is your guys' first taste that you're getting, and I call it a blueberry shooter. And this process, this recipe, can be used for all the fruits that you have at home. It's so simple. So it doesn't just have to be blueberries. There's so many things you can do. So, are you ready to help me? Okay. All right. Are you having a good time? Look at that beautiful smile. Round of applause for Teresa here. All right. So I watched these. So these are blueberries. And by the way, do you like blueberries? Try one of these, see how they're sweet. Did you know these are full of antioxidants in them? And do you know what antioxidants do for the body? They're known to be anti-aging. So, I mean, if you know superfoods like this, why would you not cook with them? Like, if you know something is a superfood, let's eat them, right? So this is just a simple sample. Let's try this real quick. So, put blueberry in your mouth. You guys see me here. Turn around. Now turn. Do we not look a little younger from the blueberries? Seriously! All right, so let's put all the blueberries in here. Let's go ahead and open another container. Now, one thing you're going to know about me is I like to have fun, and I don't measure, okay? So the measuring will come from the recipes and everything that we have. I promise that it's there, but I want to encourage you to not measure either, okay? Because it's more fun. It's more fun. Now, if you're baking, probably measure. That's beautiful. You can leave that similar. Oh, you need more. Okay, well, that's good. We're about to make it. Okay, so you got blueberries in. Go ahead and put more blueberries in. Now, what's really exciting is we're going to put bananas in here. Yeah, maybe leave one half. That's good. That's good. Look at that jumbo blueberry. They're just huge right now. Okay, so we're going to come over here. This is banana. Now, if some of you saw me making it before, did you know that a banana has sections? Raise your hand if you knew that banana had sections. 1, 2, right? You're all like, what the heck? Right? Sections. Okay, so peel the banana. I'm about to blow your mind. Amazing. Okay, so we're both peeling. Doing a great job. Doesn't matter which way you peel it. By the way, smoothies, you can throw banana peels into it. I don't like this is a little bit of a bitterness, but I don't mind like the little stringiness on the banana. That's fine. I think there's a lot of protein, or not protein, but flavor in that. So if you take your thumb and you push on either side, you do it really gently. You push here, and basically it will break into 3 sections. Right? It's like, holy cow, you're learning this for the very first time. Now, I remember I had a chef show me this, and then I was like, okay, so what's the point? Okay, great. But he said, Darren, we don't want to waste our bananas. So before they go really brown on ourselves, let's do this method because, first of all, in the freezer, when you put this in a bag, then it's so much easier to make banana bread out of it, put it into smoothies, versus a giant frozen banana that's really hard and you have to microwave it. But then the secret, let's go ahead and do another banana. Did you know it had sections? Okay, so it's new. Is he said, no, what we did, this was at Google when I worked there, we dehydrated the banana. So how many have a dehydrator at home? Anyone? Okay, there's more and more, which is great. So he dehydrated the bananas and he dipped them in dark chocolate and then wrapped them and we sold them for $15.99 in the cafe. And he's like, that's what you do with the bananas, right? Okay, so we're putting the bananas in. These are absolutely delicious. You're doing a great job. And then I'm going to also have you pick, have you ever picked thyme before? So a little secret with thyme is you can pick them or you can also take fresh thyme and bash it together and the leaves will fall down when they're a little bit dry. These are a little bit wet. So I'm going to have you just try to pick a little bit of leaves, but what you do is actually take a stem like this and just pull the leaves down this way. Does that make sense? So we're just getting a few herbs, right? Just to get going. Okay, back to the smoothie. We got the bananas in. You did a great job there. Now, hand me a little bit of ginger right there. So this is a hand of ginger, right? So you could use a peeler, you could use a spoon. Let me just tell you this, you don't need to peel all the skin of the ginger. Just wash it. It has nutrition in it. So a lot of times I'll just scrape it with a knife just to get that outside of it. A little bit, not much, right? And I found out that, you know what? I don't care that it has a peel on it because it has nutrition in it, it's flavorful. And how many tried that smoothie? Raise your hand if you had it out there. Very fresh, exciting, only, thank you, round of applause there, only 4 ingredients. Oh, did it go out?
You're going to try that.
So we got ginger in there, and then go ahead and open up that orange juice. Or it's actually already open. And go ahead and pour a third of that into there. Isn't she doing a great job? Okay, then put some ice into it. Okay, now if you don't have a Vitamix at home, that's okay. I mean, they're kind of expensive.
How many of you guys have Vitamix at home? All right, let's throw the rest of this here. What do we do?
A blender. How many have a blender at home? Pretty much everybody, right? So it's fine. Okay, so you're going to turn it on here and just go ahead and push that button. And then you can crank it. That's what I like about a Vitamix is it really blends up all the ice. And so if you want the best blender, get yourself a Vitamix. I don't even recommend them, but they really are a powerful, amazing blender. And turn it off. Go like that. There you go. So just like this, this is one way you can do it. Now, have you ever, do you know what a microplane zester is? Okay, so she knows what a microplane zester is. Hold that up. How many of you have one of these at home? Raise your hand. Okay, so about half of you. Half of you need to go to the store, Walmart, and pick yourself up a microplane zester. Because hardware store. Okay, so you know how to use it, right? So have you ever used it for citrus? Okay, go ahead and get some of the citrus. Now, what I'm doing is a little bit of next level stuff, right? So you have your normal recipe, right? And then here's a way to kind of jazz up the recipe. So anytime you have citrus fruits, if you can take the zest of it for marinades, for dressing, for the trio vegetable that we're going to make, it is incredible. It really will add so much life to the things that you do, whether it be fruit or vegetables. So even like fresh cut fruit, right? Add some zest to that. It's amazing. It's awesome. So she's zesting it, and then what do you do at the end to get it out? Do you slam it down? There you go. Yeah, see? Very easy, right? And then this is a little bit of sea salt, so you could just put a pinch of that in. Not much, but the salt will help brighten all those flavors and bring out some of the sweetness. So I know many of you are like, well, can you just get going? Because we didn't try it. Everyone else had. Raise your hand if you didn't get one. Raise your hand if you did not. Okay, so it's not that many, right? It's not that. Jim made it sound like it was everybody. All right, here you go, Jim. Round of applause for Jim here. Okay, now we're going to switch. Seriously, she did a great job. Round of applause on this. We're going to switch you. So you're going to come over here and you're going to do another version of picking, okay? So I'm going to have you, rosemary. Who has rosemary at their house growing? Raise your hand. Doesn't it do incredible in Oklahoma and Texas? So if you don't have rosemary, you can even just have a little pot like this on your kitchen sink, and it's going to grow, and this is amazing.
Get a drink. You did not get a taste. Raise your hand so they can find you. Thank you.
So I want you to just use your hands and pick a little bit of this. This is what I wanted to show you. Is that if you don't feel comfortable using a knife, you can make this trio vegetable without using a knife, right? If you're at home, I just want to add some flavor, you can just pick this. So I just want you to pick some of the rosemary. Do you see how I'm doing that? Just picking that. So you're going to do that. I'm going to give you that. Then, okay, you're going to help me with this trio vegetable. Are you excited? So, okay, so we've got, let's open up one of these TV dinners here. Which one do you got there? Which one do you want tonight? I got the roasted turkey. Okay, let's switch. All right, let's switch. All right, let's open it up. Let's see what we got here. Raise your hand when you shop for these. Do you look at the color? Raise your hand if you look at the color or you look at the meat. Yeah, see, raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand if you look at the color that's in the box. Okay, raise your hand if you look at the meat in the box. Okay, so, okay, that one.
How many of you look at the calorie count or the sodium or something like that?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, another story there. So, okay, so now, what do you see in there? Do you see the primary colors in there? Yeah. Honestly, that's why I bought that, because I was like, okay, that's really good. It's got that mix of the green beans, the carrots, and the corn, and then it had that nice cranberry chutney that went there, and that was the red. And so, like, you know, we all have seen this, right? We cook it at home, it's frozen in our freezers. So, like, what's something that we could do to this? Like, what is this missing, first of all? Red. So, what could, raise your hand, what would you want to add to this to give it the red color? Peppers? Tomatoes? Yep. Red peppers? Yep. That's good. So that's why that's really appetizing, is it has that on there. Now, what is this missing? Everything, right? Everything, right? But I want to show you how when you put this in the oven, right, that you can do this trio vegetable concept to go alongside of this. So maybe you don't have time or the energy. You can totally microwave your food and get what you need, and then just take time to make this trio vegetable concept. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is we're going to turn this pan on. I just bought this. This is from the Pioneer Woman. Anybody watched her stuff? Like, I think pretty cool. Pioneer Woman, and then this is a little saute pan here. These are butane burners. They have cartridges in it. I love it because it's like portable. I can take it kind of wherever I go. I don't have to worry. It has a kitchen. So we're on taste 2. Okay, we're perfect. Okay, so I've got some you're good. I've got some olive oils here. So wonderful line of olive oil. I'm not saying you have to use my olive oils, but they're really good. Okay, and at the end, we'll get there. So I've got Tuscan herb, I have basil, I have lemon, and I have roasted garlic. And I also have vinegars that are strawberry rhubarb, Chardonnay. I have a bacon date balsamic, and a red onion balsamic. That's really cool. So, but you don't have to. So I'll just use let's just use the basil one. Okay. So you can just use extra virgin olive oil. So put it in the pan, right? So I'll do that one there. Then who likes butter? Right, butter's good. One of the things I've been trying to do too is in senior living, a lot of times we use margarine. Like, hey, let's not use margarine. Like, let's really try to remove that. So then let's add to this some of these basic ingredients. So come over here. So let's actually, here, I'm gonna put some peas in. You put some corn in, maybe half of it. Okay, we're gonna turn it down. I've got it down turned. Okay, we're heating that one up. You can obviously do this on whatever stovetop you have. It does not matter if you put the vegetables first, add flavoring to it. Now, I specifically bought everything here is from Walmart. Because I was like, everybody can go to Walmart, right? So here's minced garlic. I don't know if you've used this before. So these are great, right? And they'll last in your refrigerator for like 3 weeks. It's amazing. So you could definitely do a little bit of garlic, just a little bit to add flavor. You don't need much in there. And then these wonderful herbs, right? Like this fresh dill that we have, you could add some of that, right, to it. And dill is known as a fiend's herb, fine herb. So like the fine herbs are like chives, dill, cilantro, parsley. Those are things that are really edible, easy to eat, whereas rosemary is a little bit harder. So now, I know I'm doing this saute sort of method. If you ever want to get really good at it, you can use a cutout cardboard, and you can practice by flipping it that way. We're gonna have to do that. Now, some other ingredients here. So shout out to Dr. Lauren Powell. She's her and I partnered together. She's known as a culinary doctor. She's an MD that became a chef. Really cool. So she made her own seasoning. It's an anti-inflammatory seasoning, so it has a lot of awesome stuff. There's no sugar in this product. So it's not in the stores, but I can get it for you. And then this guy, he's one of my favorite YouTubers, Nick DiGiovanni. So he's huge. He actually has twice as many followers as Gordon Ramsay now. They're buddies. He's got a bunch of different lines of this. I just like watching his videos, but it's in Walmart. I'm not saying you need any of these. You could use a Johnny seasoning, a Mrs. Dash, or any of that, but I'm saying do it in combination of a little garlic, a little fresh herbs, just to jazz up those vegetables. Now, what do you want to add to here that's red? What would you say? You want to do a pepper? Okay. So these are really beautiful, like these little baby peppers. They're now everywhere in the store. They're awesome. And sometimes you get them and there's no seeds in them. And so, even if you don't want to do a knife, great, just rip it just like this, right? And then you don't even have to have the seeds go into it. And I'm just putting just pieces of it. So go ahead and try that. Rip that. Why don't you rip this one? We'll put a yellow one into it. Now you could you could slice it too, that's fine. But I've also learned that, yes, question back there. So she just said, is that the baby bell? Is that what you said? Or I didn't hear the last one. Oh, it does not have heat, great question. These are all sweet bell peppers, so everyone sells them now. Sam's Club, Costco, they're everywhere. Sometimes they're very cost effective, and I will tell you that these last longer than a normal bell pepper. And they're really good fresh, like to eat as well. So you don't always have to cook. Like you could, hey, I just want to add my color with fresh, right? So imagine this cuisine right here. I just want some fresh peppers, right? And if I plate that up, that would be great, right? That's nice. Okay, so we got to make a huge batch stuff. So we're gonna get one going here. So this is hot. We're gonna turn this down. I'm gonna move this lid. And then let's put a little bit of Dr. Lauren's seasoning into this, okay? And then you want to season your food, okay? So definitely put a little salt. And yes, you have a question? Yeah, so this is, I just bought this, the Pioneer Woman. I think it's like...
The question is it cast iron?
Yeah.
And you're not sure that it is, but
I don't think it is because it's not heavy.
It's not heavy.
Yeah, it's not heavy, but it has the look of it. But we're just gonna cook on it and see how it goes. I cook with cast iron all the time. Like I do love cast iron. I don't think you have to, but I do like it. So that we can add a little bit more and make this really nice for everybody. We're gonna put more peas in here, and I'm gonna have you rip these peppers, okay? So you can go ahead and rip them right here. I'm gonna have you rip them right here. Look at that. I like it. You don't waste. She doesn't waste anything. Round of applause. Her mom was raised in the Depression. I love that. Okay. So let's do another trio vegetable while this one's cooking, because we want to make sure. So what vegetables here stand out to you that you like? I've got eggplants, I've got zucchini too, I've got red onions. Anything that you want to see here? Yeah. Okay, she wants to see who wants to see eggplants? Like this is an unusual fruit or not fruit, but vegetable that people. So you take the sticker off, and then go ahead and pick what oil you want to use. The oils are on the right side. See which one you want there. So you cut the top off, the bottom, slice it down like this, and then stack it, okay, and then dice it. Now, at home, my mother-in-law, she'll take the skin off the eggplant, right? You don't have to, Okay? Everyone says, oh, it's going to make it taste bitter. That's what I've always heard. It does not. There's so much nutrition in it. It's absolutely delicious. And you'll get to taste it yourself and see if it's bitter. So I love that you picked the eggplant. Yeah, okay.
Darren, while you're doing that, we have a question from the audience. And for those of you who aren't comfortable raising your hands, you do have index cards. If you want to write your question down, we raise it up. We've got teams that will come and get it from you, so just so you know. So the question is, Darren, why do chefs shake pans instead of stirring the stuff that's in the pan?
Yeah, so why do they shake instead of stir? Because chefs are lazy. Because if you stir, then you gotta go get your utensil, and then you also as a chef are thinking, well, now I have to clean that utensil, right? So we're always trying to think about those things and try to reduce what we have. But my wife, if you asked her, she's like, well, he dirties every pan in the house. And I do, I do. So you can, yeah, you can. I can actually do this. So the method is just, I go down and up. You know, try it at home. Like it's so like Look at that! Look at that! Round of applause! Okay, let's see if Teresa can do it. Let's see if Teresa can do it. Come on, Teresa. Come on. Yes! So this is how she did that. It's going down and coming over. Okay, have you two done this before? You've done this? Okay, you rocked that. Great job. Okay, so Teresa, we got the eggplant in here. What else would you like to put in here? Okay, so you should want to see the yellow squash, totally fine. So, you know, you could slice it. This is obviously kind of a big one. So I'm going to slice it. Am I missing anything on the slides? How are we on time?
We're good, but you're going to have to cook fast.
Okay.
So,
all right. So we're going to cook fast.
For everybody to get samples.
And then, real quick, I just want to tell everyone my story too, while I'm chopping here. So, been a chef, well, my whole life. I've been cooking since I was 15. And honestly, if you look on my website, I have a Bible verse on there, and it's Romans 12:2, which is, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve God's perfect, pleasing will is for your life. I get full body chills when I say that, but thank you so much for clapping. You know, whatever you believe, I get it, and I understand it, but I've definitely been impacted by God in many ways. And when I was at a young age, I felt like He spoke to me and said I was supposed to be a pastor. In fact, during demonstrations, I would have people come up to me and say, shake their head and say, you should have been pastor. I'm like, but I don't want to be a pastor. I love food and I love God. And so when I owned my own company, I worked for some organizations that had the core values that had some biblical verses in it. And then I was talking to my wife, she's like, you know that you're the boss and you can do that. I was like, really? And so I was like, I'm going to totally have my company be about serving the Lord, helping people, making it all about food. And so I feel like I'm anointed in business. I don't know where this is going to lead me, but I'm excited. And I'm excited about the Divine Wellness, our program. We've got a doctor involved, we've got dietitians, we have physical fitness trainers, we have a neuroscientist. We're all coming together because I do believe that our bodies are the temple. And if we take care of our bodies, what we put in our bodies, how we socialize with people, I think we can make a huge difference in this world. So it's so exciting to be able to share just this little bit with you guys here. So there you go. Okay, that's great, guys. Okay, so you got some more peppers here, right? So why don't you put more peppers in here? What can we add to this?
Carrots.
What, I heard carrots? Carrots, okay, I like that. We could do some carrots. So here's some baby carrots. So something green, yeah, that's good. What kind of green would you like to put in? Okay, asparagus, yeah. Now, let's talk about seasons too, because seasons are important with shopping. You definitely, you know, like right now, I bought the asparagus to kind of show like it's expensive in the store right now because it's not in season. You want to try, let's stir it. Let's use that blue spatula there. And let's stir it, yeah. just to show you that you can stir too. So stir that. Now, look, you're getting some caramelization on the eggplant. You don't have to do these in the pan like this. You could do it in the microwave. You could just put everything that I just said in the microwave, warm up your TV dinner, and make your trio vegetable in the microwave. Seriously, I promise you it's going to taste just as good. It's going to be delicious. Now, to jazz this up, you didn't use the microplane zester, did you? The microplane zester. No, I was gonna have you do that. So it's right there, that yellow top. Right there, yep, there you go. So here's something you can do with the orange. So why don't you put a little orange zest into one of these? Just add, look at her, she's really good. She says that's a tangerine, it's not an orange. I like this. She's right. And you know what? They're in season right now. So like citrus fruits are in season in the wintertime. You definitely want to get those. But why not take the zest off them before you even, yeah, sure. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do a little bit of that. I know she's, round of applause, because she's like reaching really hard. She's stretching. So what did you say to add to that for green? Oh yeah, asparagus, yeah. So let's actually I'll have you go grab the asparagus. These are my workers. This is awesome. It's like sous chef. It's so good. Okay. So asparagus. Now a little tip too.
Question.
Oh, we have a question.
Okay, so are you putting oil and a little butter, or just one or the other? Or?
Great question. So in this we did oil, and then now we did butter. Now you certainly could do that. Butter makes everything taste better. So at the end of your vegetables, even though there's oil in here, and I'm going to turn this one down just a little bit, even though there's oil in here, I can finish it with a little pads of butter. And the butter is going to add more flavor, it's going to glaze it, it really makes it taste good, and it doesn't take that much butter to add to it to really up the flavor. So don't be afraid of adding a little bit of butter to your stuff. So great question. But asparagus, like it's not in season, right? I mean, like usually it would, so when you go like this, it would break, and it breaks where it is actually tender. So this would be good for stock or asparagus soup, and this would be good for the stir fry. So here, let's try that. You try to break some of these. Do that, and then after we do asparagus, is there anything else you want to add to that? Oh, you want, okay, I like it. Onion. So to cut an onion real quick, this is how I do it. I cut it in half like this. I keep the skin on. Then I cut this part off. I leave this part on the onion. Yeah, you do that so you can peel that, right? And then the reason I do that is it's easier to cut. Like those are beautiful, that purple onion. So now you can see the knot is right there, so then I can just go through and do like 5 cuts, just like this, and then this way, right? Yeah. So go ahead, throw those into there. I love that. Okay. And then another thing we could add to that for green is kale. Oh, so you got the, look at this, you got the asparagus ready. Nice job. Well, let's keep it separate. We'll keep the colors separate just so that who loves onions? Raise your hand. Who does not love onions? See, there's a couple, so we want to be cognizant of that. Okay, so now I'm going to break some asparagus. You know, I'm showing you that you don't need a knife, right? You can just do this by hand and rip it. You don't have to be perfect about it. Yeah. Okay, look at this. Round of applause. You have the kale ready to go, like lined up. It's amazing. So you can add kale right to your vegetables too. Like that could be something that you do. That's awesome. And then notice that, you know, as we're cooking this, you know, it's not really cooking because there's so much vegetables in it. And so you could add some juice of the lemon into it, which is totally fine. So we'll take a little bit of the lemon, and this is where you could use the whole bit of it, right? So just squeeze, right? And then how do you, if there's seeds in there, what do you do? A thing that has a thing on it. I love it. I love it.
So the highly technical term is the squisher.
I know. Oh, I have one. Wait,
You have a squisher?
I did bring one. I brought one. I totally forgot about that. So let's squeeze some lime or lemon into that, and then let's do a little bit of, since we did orange in that one. Yes. We can squeeze a little bit of orange. This one doesn't even have seeds. Oh, did you guys get hit? You got hit? She's like, oh, sorry, I'm cooking here. Well, I got orange in it, so it's good. Okay, then let's crank this one up. Okay, what questions am I?
We're right now we're good. Let's see here.
We're going to cover this.
Sorry.
And the reason is because,
Let's talk about food safety here, because I know, here's the deal. How many of you, just show of hands, love what you're seeing, but you may not do it at home?
can you tell?
And it's okay. There's no shame in that. I'm one. That's a lot of work, right? It looks like a lot of work. So we're going to talk about how to achieve some of this in a simple way. You're going to have handouts that you can take home. You'll have access to stuff, so just know that. But one of the things we talked about when we were wanting to do this was food safety, like how long things last in the refrigerator, that kind of stuff, and then also maybe ways to save, because we talked about not wasting, right? And we already gave you the tip on the banana, right? So maybe you can talk a little bit about that, Darren.
Yes, I will talk about that. So, the first thing is buy the smallest containers that you can. You know, obviously, don't go to Costco and you know, I go in there and I have a couple things and then I leave with a whole cart full of stuff. I mean, I've got 3 kids, my mother-in-law, so we have a lot of people that I'm feeding. I feed the dog a lot too, so we go through it. But definitely, you know, be cognizant of what you're buying. Make sure you eat, right? We all hear that before you shop because you'll buy so much. But all things can be frozen, okay? The best way to freeze vegetables is to blanch and shock them. Okay, so a lot of chefs do that with a lot of their cooking, and what I mean by that is that, so in most restaurants, a lot of chefs are pre-cooking all the vegetables so that they're quickly sauteing them for your order. So if I had boiling water here, I added a little salt to it, and I put my asparagus in, what will happen is in a matter of seconds, they will turn bright green. And what's happening is the chlorophyll is coming up to the surface of the green vegetables, and it's turning bright green. Then what you do is you shock it in ice water. So you take it immediately into ice water, and you set the color. So you've gotten the most beautiful, best color on that. And even with like asparagus, what's really cool is after you blanch it, sometimes I'll cut the asparagus like on the plate like this so that you see all the different hues of green, because that's what's great too when you have the trio vegetable, is that one vegetable might have different colors all within the vegetable just in the way you slice it. So after you shock the vegetables, drain the water out, and then you can put it into Ziploc bags, right? And you can label it, it has a date thing on it, it can go right into the freezer. Now I would say don't make a giant, like, you know, big huge thing of the vegetables cramped up like this. What I like to do is flatten it out, right? And so in my freezer, I've got a section of frozen vegetables, frozen meats, frozen starches and stuff like that, and I pack it down. I use gallon-sized Ziplocs and just freeze it that way, and I'll label it. And then when I go in the freezer, if I need a certain color, I'll get, oh, there's my roasted tomatoes, I'll grab that, or there's the asparagus. And so you don't have to waste anything. Like, literally just do that method. Now, if it's a colored vegetable like carrots, so if you actually add a tiny bit of sugar or honey with the salt, it'll bring out those chlorophyll colors in any of the colored vegetables. So it'll make it a little bit brighter. It does not have to be much sugar. And then the same method of shocking it. So that's the first thing I would say. You don't have to waste any of your vegetables anymore. And then, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a great tip. And I also know that some of the tips that we're talking about aren't on the slides, okay? So if you're not able to take notes on everything, and there was a question that you were like, wait, what did he say about the carrots again? Write that on your survey and turn it in, and we will make sure you get those answers, okay? So, does that make sense? Okay.
Now, thank you for that. And by the way, when you guys are done here, I've got my cards up here. If you have more questions, I love to engage with people. You can email me, text me, whatever. Seriously, like, I love that. Our team, we can be involved and help you guys. I have people call me all the time before Thanksgiving. Hey, I'm about to put the turkey in. What do I need to do? What are some enhancements and all that? So, real quick, let's grab some tongs, and you're going to plate this up. And so notice This is the Salisbury steak, right? And I put it on, and you can see it, kind of a fancy plate. Everyone has fancy plates. I remember one time I heard Nate Berkus on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and he was talking about China. And he was like, we all have our China, and we pull it out for the holidays, right? And special events. And if you add it up, you probably don't even use it that much before it's passed on. Pull it out now, he said. You're special right now. You deserve it. If you're alone, pull out the fancy stuff, right? And just do that. So, doesn't that look beautiful? You all saw like how kind of not good that Salisbury steak is. Kind of delicious. So let's go ahead and take some of that vegetable and put it right there because we've got all that nice color. I'll hold it here. There you go. And it is okay to like make when you put it on the plate as chefs. A lot of times I'll make sure like that those colors are like that it's popping, right? That I see all those colors. So sometimes if the red is underneath, I'll make sure to pull it up. But I cook like that now for all my friends and family, making sure I have the primary food colors on there. So now look how that looks. This Salisbury steak, right?
Yes.
Vegetables. It just makes it look so much better. And so you got the turkey one, right? Let's see what we can do there for the turkey.
How many of you would have preferred to have it in the freezer container that we showed you at the beginning, right? That was kind of womp. This is a whole lot better.
So you're going to come over here, Teresa, and we're gonna plate up now this vegetable. You're going to see. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, it's still, I know, it's still frozen, so we're not going to eat that. But, okay, so look at that. Look at these vegetables, right? And you saw that we were adding it as we go. Like, don't feel like, well, when do I need to add this and that? There isn't a method. Like, I promise you, like, when you think about recipes, they're just written by people like you and I. They come up with this concept. You are your own chef. You can do this. Have faith in yourself. It's okay. It's literally just herbs and seasoning that we're talking about. I promise you it'll make it taste better. Okay, so we talked about butter, right? We want to put a little bit of that in there. So I love the Kerrygold butter too, like the Irish butter, like it's so yummy, right? So you can just take a little bit of butter, right, to put it in. Okay, a little bit. I don't want to do too much. I just want a nice glaze. So why don't you stir this one right here, so that one's combined. And then we've got the turkey here. So we'll put this, I'm just going to grab, we're going to pretend that like this came out of the oven, right? And we have our vegetables, so we could, we don't want to use that. Or do you want to try those ones? Do you want to stir that butter into there? There you go. Okay, so I'll put, let me see if I have a spoon. We'll use this. Yes, we are going to have samples of this vegetable too. So then I'm going to put a little bit of the cranberry. I'm going to put the cranberry on the top, right? So, like why not, like for a plate presentation, do this. Now, if you have like turkey or steak at home, here's a little method you can do. It's called à cheval. It's a French method of fanning your product. So let's say you have just a 3-ounce chicken breast and you slice it. Then you can fan it out and the plate presentation will cover. So it's a little chef trick that we do for cost management, so we don't have to put as much on the plate, and we can extend it, but it also makes it look like there's more than there really is, and really we're not supposed to eat tons of protein anyways, right? So that's really helpful. Now this has a stuffing here, so I'm going to take my stuffing, which is really the starch, right? So I'll put that there. And then let's scoop out, why don't you try to scoop out some of that beautiful vegetable, we'll put that there. I know I didn't bring any spoons. There's all, as a chef, you're always like, there's little tools you forget and things you do. So I understand, going into the kitchen. That looks good. She loves vegetables. She's putting that extra. And seriously, I love that. So then now, hold that up in the camera so that everyone can see it. Hold it up a little bit higher. We see the clear vegetables, right? So that's really good. So what other questions do we have here?
Any questions out there? Okay.
So, but here's the easy way. It floats to the top when it's done. So that's the easiest thing. So like a green bean is going to be longer than asparagus. Asparagus is literally like minutes, and it'll float. And then a green bean, you'll see it go to the bottom, and it'll float to the top, and then you know it's done. So that's the easiest way to do it. Great question.
Next question.
In the beginning, the carrots and the peas, does it matter if they're frozen or fresh?
Does not matter. Doesn't matter. But really the end goal, so as chefs, you always need to bring products up to 165 degrees, like past that. For vegetables too, that's generally what I do. So as long as you just heat it up and you're not serving a frozen vegetable, totally fine. So a lot of times at home, I have a giant bag of peas, corn, and then I'll add like the fresh component to that. Like if I'm lazy and I just don't want to do the chef thing right, and I just want to make it really quick and make sure my family gets nice, healthy vegetables, and I always get the primary color. So great question.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, we got a couple others.
Where do I live? So I live in Dallas, I live in McKinney, Texas. So I come up here actually every month to work with Concordia and now the Villages, which is so exciting. And it's a fun drive. I love it. So I'm mixing the vegetables, and I love living there. Like it's really fun. But I really love Oklahoma. Like this place is amazing. You got a question?
Great presentation. Question, what is the best way to clean a smoothie machine?
So, I'm so glad you said that. Because literally on TV, when I made the smoothie on TV, and then I took it, I thought I washed it. When I got here, I was like, oh, this is clean. So we washed it in the back, got it all sanitized. Like the smoothie machine, you have it at home, follow the instructions. First, I would say that, and I would question ever getting a smoothie machine. First of all, just because of that, like in restaurants, those things are a lot of times shut down, and there's a lot of bacteria that goes into cracks and stuff because of fruits. So be careful with the smoothie machines. I would say get a Vitamix instead of the smoothie machine.
What's the best way to clean a blender?
So a blender, I fill it with hot soapy water, let it sit in the sink, and then use a scrubber, scrub it out, right? And then generally I will sanitize it into the dishwasher because I want to make sure all bacteria is killed. I know a lot of people hand wash, and I'll just say this as a chef. A lot of times when people are sick, they say I have the flu. It's not that, it's food poisoning. A lot of times you get because of unsanitary practices. I know we didn't write that down, but it's such a key thing. So like making sure you do sanitize your surface, clean it. I've got a quat sanitizer bucket over here. All kitchens do it at home. You could use Clorox. You know, that style of thing. I think it's really important to do that. So does that answer your question? Yeah. Okay.
We have about 15 minutes left, so in order to respect time, I'm going to have you ask your question, and then I've got one more question back there, okay? And then I just wanted you to be aware of what the time was, because he doesn't have a clock, so, all right.
What else we got?
Those beautiful vegetables you have there, they're just gorgeous, but what if I have some of them left over? Is there any way I could freeze them and bring them out again once they've been cooked?
Absolutely. Yeah. So after you.
Any tips?
Yeah, so like this vegetable right here that we've cooked, let's say no one ate it, right? And I want to freeze this. Absolutely, just cool it down. You could put it in any of your containers, plastic containers, and then label it. Just don't pack it too much. The bigger containers that are thin are your best because it'll freeze all together and whole and not become like this block of vegetable ice. Does that make sense? So does that answer your question? Okay, great.
Okay, we got one more back here.
So earlier you mentioned sweetening it and putting some salt in it. At what point do you do that, and how do you know how much to use?
Yeah, great question. So it doesn't matter when you do. Some chefs like to layer in seasoning. If you are going to follow like the exact process that a French chef would do, you would start by heating the pan, then you would add your oil product or butter, and then you would add your product, your vegetable, everything, and at that point you could begin to start to season just to get the main reason for that is that a little bit of seasoning goes into the vegetables. Like it goes a little bit further, like as it's cooking and the seasoning around that. So there's not really a particular time, and then at the end, before we try it, right? So actually, here's some spoons and forks. So here, take a fork, and let's try this. Come up here and see how this tastes. So I think, be careful, it's hot. I think it needs salt, right? We need salt. So this is the last step. And thank the Lord you asked that question. Because probably I would have forgot and we wouldn't have seasoned it. So I'm definitely going to put some salt in here. Now, what kind of salt too? So kosher salt is honestly my favorite because of the flakiness of it. It's really great on like searing steaks. It has an even distribution when you sprinkle it. Iodized salt is horrible, I think, for that. It just clumps. Save your iodized salt for like recipes, baking, and also seasoning water. So pink Himalayan salt. So there is a lot of great minerals in sea salts, like the gray salt, the French gray salt, the pink Himalayan salt. So pink Himalayan, they say, is really good for hydration. So you can actually, when you consume that, you're able to keep the water down a little bit more. So, I use them mostly as finishing salts, to be honest with you. But I will tell you, and sorry to go long-winded on salt, but you raised such a great question. There was a CIA chef that said, do you want to reduce your sodium intake by 75%? Because everyone, right? Like, how do we reduce that? So what he said was he never seasons until the end. Because he uses, when he plates, this is when he adds the salt. Right? And the reason for that is because, let's say you're making mashed potatoes. There's a lot of sodium that goes into that in restaurants, right? It's so much. And when you take that spoonful of mashed potatoes, you just consume so much salt that you had no benefit of. It didn't hit your taste buds. But if you put it on at the very last second and you taste it, that hits your taste buds and it's like zing. So all those lemon zest, fresh herbs, everything hits your mouth and it's just amazing. So thank you for the salt question.
That's great. Okay, I need, while Darren's finishing up so we can taste this last bit of vegetables he's dished up for us, I would love for the Metro Tech team to come in here, and I would love for everyone to give them a round of applause. We could not do this if it weren't for this team. You guys are amazing. Metro Tech Tester is the Available Board President and Board of Directors, and there's the regular Heart Service, and this entire team, whatever we need, they make it happen, even the day of. So, thank you again. Yay. They're fantastic partners. They don't get a table back here, so I just wanted to make sure you guys gave them some love. So, thanks for that, guys. Y'all have a great afternoon. Okay, so, Darren, you had another question?
Yep.
Because we did title this Table for One or Two. And sometimes when we're making things, we have lots left over, right? So the question was on the smoothie, it was great. If we make smoothies at home, is that something that we can keep or store? Are there some tips to that?
Yeah, great question. So fun to do this too. It's not saying anything. So I actually bought like this ice cream container that actually has a base underneath it and then it holds ice cream. So anytime I have leftover smoothies, I'll pour it in there and pop it in the freezer. Now I got ice cream. So you can turn your juices, your smoothies into ice cream.
Like a sorbet. Okay.
Ice trays, that works too.
Ice trays, okay.
And then a lot of times after that, I'll jazz it up. Because the smoothie version of it tastes so much better. It's fresh.
Right.
And then once you freeze it, ice crystals form, stuff like that. But what I found is like scoop it and then what fresh fruit do you have? Right? Some mangoes, some strawberries, blueberries, maybe just drizzle a little bit of honey over the top. Maybe a little fresh, some coconut or granola that you could do to jazz it up. So take the leftover and then enhance it a little bit as well.
But the freezer is better than the refrigerator, I'm hearing. And maybe
definitely.
some type of specialized container that
Yeah,
will keep it.
generally, let me just say this. So anything that's in the refrigerator, in a professional kitchen environment, it's 5 days. 5 days and it's thrown away. Now, at home, things can go, I think, sometimes 7 days if it's go a little bit longer, but generally speaking, I even at home, I don't go past the 5-6 day marker because that's when you can get sick and bacteria forms and stuff like that. So either freeze it or throw it away after 5 days, and you can literally freeze everything and reuse it.
Right. Okay, and then on the, is there a separation issue? Any tips on how to, like if you did refrigerate it, but if the smoothie separates, is it just stick it back in the blender?
Yeah, so definitely flatten it into Ziploc bags.
In the fridge?
So in the freezer. Like if you're
Okay.
storing it for more than 5 days,
Okay, but
like if it's in the refrigerator,
Uh-huh.
you just put it in a container, Pyrex, a Ziploc, you know, or
and it
a,
won't separate?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there you go. So sometimes the portions on recipes and things. Darren does have a cookbook, and we will provide you at the very end. We've got a slide that you guys can do QR code. It's free. It is on a Google Drive. It is, so when you link on, it's not going to be on the website. It's not taking you to a website to buy it or anything like that, okay? But that will have some recipes, and the cool thing about that, with the book he's done, is that the recipes are all under 400 calories, and they're all very sodium conscious. So for those of us that are in that realm and need to be aware of those things, that'll be a benefit. But if the serving sizes are bigger than you need, now we know how to save it. So that's good. Any other questions while we're letting them do that? Okay, I'm going to get you.
Nice.
Miss Harriet, I'm going to pass that.
We talked a little bit about pesticides on food and how to make sure we aren't ingesting them.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So in a commercial kitchen setting, there's actually a chemical spray that can sometimes be put on the vegetables that is it's made out of natural organic ingredients that you put on the ingredients and you wash it in a professional restaurant, right? And so generally speaking, if you buy organic, it's not going to have pesticides on it. So if you're worried about that, and you think that pesticides could be causing cancer and all those types of things, and you can afford organic, so be it, right? But for me, personally, I've been like, I'll just wash it really good. But there are certain ingredients like strawberries, they say, are really bad, have a lot of the pesticides on it. So there's certain fruits, berries, strawberries that you definitely want. If you can buy organic, they're going to be sweeter, they're going to have less of the, yes, basically that. Does that answer your question?
Okay, Kate, did you have a question?
What do you think of using green bananas instead of white? Because it has less sugar.
Yeah, can you repeat what that was? Oh,
The question was, what do you think about using green bananas because they're more ripe and they have less sugar? Or less
yes.
ripe and have more sugar?
Yeah, so my thought around that is the sugar's already in there. So just because it's not sweeter, the reason for that is the sugars are coming to the surface, they're coming out. The sugar's already in that green banana. So like at home, I have a Cuban friend that taught me how to make fried plantains. And he showed me how to make the green ones and the ripe ones, and I'll fry them, I'll bake them in coconut oil and stuff like that. And so I like a green banana because I'll make guacamole and do that. But I don't believe that you're getting less sugar by eating the banana green versus ripe. I could be wrong. I don't want to I want to research that, to be honest, to see if there's some chemical sugar reaction that comes out. I will say that I learned recently, because I have a barbecue sauce line in our website too. It's called Mr. Popo's. They're making a version of it that is low in glycemic, that someone on diabetes can have it. And the ingredient that I learned from a food scientist is coconut sugar. Coconut sugar is so low on the glycemic level, it doesn't spike any of the insulin levels. And so I've been switching to a lot of what I use with sugar, with the coconut sugar. And there's a lot of it in the grocery store as well. So I hope that helps. So no, I've noticed there's no variation. The only thing that I would say is it's a little less sweet, right? So it's not as sweet as like a granulated sugar or a brown sugar. But sometimes I've added. I just tried this last week. I did the coconut sugar, and a fourth of it was I had stevia. Where stevia is 5% 500 times the strength and power of sugar on your taste buds, but there is no sugar, nothing bad for you in stevia. So that's a combo that I've been trying.
Very good.
Great question.
Awesome. Okay, we're getting real close to our cutoff time, so we're going to start plating up stuff, and I guess, yeah. And go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to give these wonderful.
Absolutely.
Again, so you get a shirt. You get a shirt, and then also you get one of my boxes. Thank you for being a part of the journey. So there's oils and some of the barbecue sauce that I was talking about in here. So enjoy that. Oh, okay. Well, then that'll be great. And then for you too. So thank you so much.
Very good. A round of applause for our sous chefs. They did so great today. We're not quite finished. I just wanted to make sure that we let you guys know that we're aware that we're getting close to our time. Any more questions? Got another question back here. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, we're not in a hurry to leave. We'd be here all day if they let us. Okay. Just to clarify with Jim, he just researched the banana thing. So he said that the green bananas contain
90% carbohydrates, they ripe and they turn into sugar.
Okay, but I wonder if you're then consuming, I'll have to research that, but according to that, then yes, like a green banana is better for you than a ripe banana. Okay. I'm going to research it, honestly, yeah. And round of applause, please, ladies, one more time. You guys can go ahead and sit back there. You can also stay up here, whatever you want to do. But be careful. What was the question?
The seasoning you use, Dr. Larson's, could you spell that and where do you get it?
Yeah, Dr. Lauren Powell. So Lauren is Lauren, Powell is Powell, and it's on her website. What's so cool about Dr. Laura Powell too, I met her at a Baylor Scott and White Airmark event. So she was a doctor that her father had a stroke, and she was recognizing it on the phone. She said, "Go to the gas station right now. I'm going to send an ambulance." And so she, after that happened, she started giving them healthier things, and she saw the change of his body and how he responded. She's like, "I gotta go to culinary school." So she went to culinary school and now incorporates that whole food as medicine concept into her practice. And so we're partnering together. She's going to be on the wellness team, which is amazing. So you can get her seasoning online at drlaurenpowell.com. Okay, so great.
We're going to try to bring her to Oklahoma too, so stay
she's
tuned.
She's going to be speaking.
We're hoping so. Yeah, we're stay tuned. Yep.
What other questions?
Yeah.
Okay, my question has to do with carrots and celery. When I cut them up and freeze them, and then they thaw out the water content that comes out with the celery and the carrots. How do I reduce that?
Yeah, so celery is a tough one. Generally, because of the molecular structure within celery, when you freeze it, it breaks those walls of the celery, so it just leaches out water. So there's really nothing that you can do. But I have found that if you like eating celery by itself, if you use celery for a mirepoix or the Holy Trinity in Cajun Creole cooking, it doesn't matter that the water leaches out of the celery. It still provides the wonderful flavor in those dishes. That would be my thought. And then carrots, as long as if you do the blanching process, then the water will not leach out as much in the carrots. So great question.
All right. I think we've got a lot of our Q&As done. Is there anybody else? No? Got one over here. All right. Do we want to serve or have people
Yes,
over?
let's have, yeah, if we could have some.
We can have my helpers come back over. We're going to get some food out.
Anyone that wants to help, and if you are, come grab some gloves. And I'll continue to answer questions until Julie says you're off the stage.
Actually, I have a couple of comments. Norwex sells produce cleaner that I use, and it's much better than vinegar. They also have a veggie scrub cloth that you can use to clean like eggplant or apples, oranges, etc.
And what grocery store is this?
It's Norwex. It's a direct sales company.
Okay,
It's
so there's
similar to those Clean Boss commercials you see. But my
Yeah.
question is this. Do you, on my Vitamix, it has a self-cleaning cycle. Do you not recommend just using the self-cleaning cycle?
on your
Vitamix.
Vitamix, there's a cleaning cycle within it. First of all, I didn't even know that. Like,
Oh, okay.
but it's a Vitamix or it's a?
It's Vitamix.
And is it a smoothie machine or smoothie maker or it's just what I just have?
It's a Vitamix.
Okay, that's what I didn't know that they had that. I mean,
I'm gonna look at your machine.
I don't trust any of that. I like to just wash it and put it in the dishwasher because I know it goes above 212 degrees and it sanitizes and kills everything.
All right.
So that would be my response to that.
Any other
And
questions?
I'm gonna add some more.
All right. How many of you guys learned at least one thing new today? I did. Even if it was don't go to
Now-
the grocery store hungry, right?
Who's gonna go home tonight and pick a color and enhance their cooking? Raise your hand if you're gonna do that. Raise your hand if you're gonna pull out your china or your fancy dishes. Now, here's something else I want to share. So we started this Divine Wellness seminar, and last night I was on it. We had a guest speaker that talked about how overwhelming wellness can be, right? Like, how do you start? I have fitness goals, I have health goals, I have mental goals, I have this. And she said something that really helped me. So I want to fast. I've never fasted. I've never gotten past a day. And I hear it's awesome, right? For your body, your mind, and everything. Raise your hand if you've fasted before. Okay, so there's been people. I've never, because what? Yeah, I would love to try that. So my wife got like juices and things like that. I tried to do it. She lasted like 5 days. I lasted that night. I was eating chicken and steak. And so she said to me, she's like, in the goals that you have, right, you can't eat the elephant all at the same time. You have to start really small. So all I'm saying is let's just focus on this week. Let's add one. Let's try to make the primary food colors one time this week, right? Just one time. And then maybe the next week, let's go get some fresh dill, right? Or maybe some rosemary. Or let's just zest the lemon or the orange, right? And then as you progress, add a little bit more here and there. And that's what chefs do, and they enhance their skills, and that's what I pray that everyone in here does as well. So great question. Yes.
I just have a quick comment that if I have old pears or apples, I'll slice them small and throw them in with the vegetables and add some interest in them.
Love that. So actually, I worked at an Italian restaurant. I've been in Japanese restaurants, Thai restaurants. My favorite was this Italian Mediterranean restaurant, and one of the chefs there, he would make roasted vegetables with parsnips, carrots, beets, and he added pears, green pears, into the roasted vegetables, and it was just absolutely delicious. So that's a great way to do it. Absolutely. Love that. The combo of fruit and vegetables.
Yes. Do you do much smoking or grilling of vegetables?
Yes, oh my gosh. So so at home I have every kind of grill and smoker under the sun. So I have the Blackstone griddle, I have the green egg, I have the simple Weber's, I have this little charcoal grill, I have pit barrels. I do a lot of cooking and smoking with the vegetables. I would say this is a good trick because I love you brought this up. So Jamie Oliver, the Naked Chef, so he's one of my favorite chefs. He said, don't ever, if you're grilling vegetables, grill them plain. Don't add oil and seasoning and then grill them because the flame will come up and lick your vegetables and cause that carcinogenic flavor, or even like you wonder what that is doing to your body, right? So he grills the vegetables plain, so zucchini, bell peppers, red onions, and then he makes a oil drizzle, salt and pepper, maybe fresh herbs, and the citrus over the top. So that is an amazing process to do when you're grilling vegetables. And what's great about that is you can just put your vegetables on and then walk away and come back and there's really cool grill marks. And if you want to create those steak marks on a grill, if you put your vegetables this way on the grill and then flip them this way, and then flip them over, you got the beautiful like grill grates like a steak would too. So great question.
So I know we've got so many more, and we'll get to you. I don't want to do what we did last time because Darren's here and we're here. So those of you who do need to go, we're getting food out to you. Darren had another question for you though, that some might want to hear the answer to. Is there a good way that you can think of to preserve herbs? Is it better like to dry them, freeze them? What are your recommendations?
Yeah, I love that. So first of all, I just want to real quick with herbs, the more you snip them, the more they grow. So wherever you trim them, they will grow 2 more.
What if they're already cut and you got them at the grocery store? Like those kind of fresh herbs.
So if they're cut, then you can put them into a cup of water and put a damp towel over the top. It'll last 3 weeks in the refrigerator and not brown on you, including basil, including fresh herbs, dill. So in a cup of water with the stems cut, put a damp paper towel over the top. It'll last 3 weeks in your refrigerator like that. Amazing. And then you have your face like, really? Is that really true?
It does.
It is.
I do it with my cilantro.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah.
What else?
All right. I don't know if we have any other questions, but I am going to tell you this. Jared will be back in Oklahoma on March 3rd speaking at Concordia. So stop at their table. They've got information on that. So if you want to put it on your calendar and sign up, that's what the flyer looks like. We also have, for those of you who are here and maybe want to just learn a little bit more about other things we do at Villages, stop by the table. They have these, and you guys can get one, and you can attend anything we do. We've got iPhone, Android classes, we've got exercise classes, we have all kinds of educational stuff, so we would love to have you join us for that. If you want to stick around, I don't know how many of you know this, but they actually have a cafe here at Metro Tech, and several of our folks, after we're done, go there and eat. So if you guys want to enjoy that, you sure can. It might be a good place to catch up with the village member and get acquainted. So I want to give a round of applause to Darren. We are not bugging out, so you guys can give him a hand. I thought he did great today. And to Jim, if you have not gotten a sample, can you raise your hand? Okay, we're getting close. All right, not too many more. All right, we're making those extras, right? You're welcome to say anybody else have any other questions. All right, well, we hope you enjoyed the day. You got to take away some good stuff, and we hope you'll be back next week, next month, and we're going to talk about money matters. So, a little bit different topic. So, thanks for coming today. Be sure to stop by and see our partners on the sides. They've got some great information for you.
Also, my team, shout out to Caleb.
And Jim, thank you for being
Jim, yes.
And he is volunteer extraordinaire.
And team with Concordia